Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today, as promised, another DIY video for you. So as mentioned before, I did say I would do a mini series of DIY bride, and today I've got my wedding invitations. So I'm just going to give you a quick look as to how I did it and what I did. I won't show the actual invite because my wedding still hasn't come yet, but I'll show you, and then you can put your information as to how and what you want. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps someone out there that's planning their wedding and is on a budget like I am. Enjoy it. If you do, give me a thumbs up. And as always, subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'll see you in the next one. So guys, this is the body of my card. I wanted a card that would fit in a 6x6 envelope, and so this is the size I went for. How I got this paper came as a normal A4 paper. So what I did in order to reduce the size was, I'll take this paper for example because all my cards have already been cut, but what I did when the paper came is measure slightly below 6 inches. So 6 inches is about 15 centimeters. So what I did was measure 14.5 centimeters. So 14.5 centimeters. Trace that and cut off the excess. You end up with this piece of paper. Yeah. And then you just fold it on itself. When you cut off the excess, don't throw it away because we will need it, as you will see later on in the video. So that's how I got this card. Now this paper I got on Amazon. It's thicker than your normal everyday paper. I believe it was 180 GSM. This just tells you the thickness of the paper, GSM. Right, so we start with this card. Right, so next I wanted to overlay a piece of lace, and this lace I also got on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description box below. As you may see from my previous video, I did use some lace, and that's where I got that lace from. I bought it for the cards and then used a piece for my previous video with the chalkboard sign. Here comes the bride sign. So I wanted to overlay a bit of lace on the card, and I turn it over, you'll see what I have. You have this nice, looks very nice. I know some people don't like lace, but I love lace. So you wanted to go from one end of the card to the next, but you also want to leave a bit of room in order to fold it in and stick it down on the inside. Right, so now I did not want the lace to cover the whole of the card. As you will see, it even passes over slightly. I want to have some sort of, to have it in the middle, to have a little bit of card showing. So what I did was trim off the sides. So I wanted it to sit like so, and you'll see. Right, now in order to stick this lace down, I use double stick tape. So I'll go ahead and put some double stick tape on the paper. Now remember, I also said we needed some of the lace to fold in. So we're gonna have to put double stick tape on the edges of the card for when we fold it in for it to stick. Okay, so I'll put one piece there. Now the one thing I can say if you're going to DIY your own wedding invitations is to start early enough, because it can be very time consuming and you don't want to run out of time, which will obviously stress you out more. Trust me, there's a lot of things when planning your wedding that will stress you already. Don't let making your own wedding invitation stress you out more. Right, so that's for the inside where we'll stick the edges of the lace. So I'll go ahead and remove the paper on the back of the double stick tape so we can get the other sticky side. So I'll go ahead, making sure that you're leaving enough lace on either end of the card in order to fold it in.
Alright, so stick that. And turn it over. Remove the paper on these as well. And fold that in. Like so. Now, you're probably looking at this and thinking, well, that's not me. Don't worry, we'll sort that out later on in the card. Move on that side. Just stick that down.
In order to give the card a bit of dimension, in order to let it pop a bit on the outside, what I did was to add a bit of ribbon to the middle of the lace. And as the same with the lace, you want to leave ribbon long enough so you can fold it on the inside. So you want to make sure that you center the ribbon properly. I'll add a bit of more double stick tape in order to secure that. Once you've started making your cards, in the beginning it will seem very slow, like you're not making any progress, but once you've gotten the hang of it and you know what you're doing, each card, you will take less time on each card. Of the card. We're not quite finished with the outside yet, but we'll first move on to the inside. So now what I have done is I've stuck a bit of pink paper on the inside of the card, and as you will see, it hides the edges that were not so pretty at first. So that's why I say don't really worry about that. Now for the inside paper, you want it to be smaller in dimension than the card. So this square is 14.5 centimeters by 14 centimeters. For the pink paper, I've done it at 13.5 centimeters, so a whole centimeter shorter in height, and 13 centimeters. Now what you can do in the meantime, what I'm going to do is to put that on a heavy book and carry on with the next bit of the project. The next bit that we're going to make is the pocket for the card. This is what it will end up looking like. So as you remember, like I said in the beginning, don't throw that part away. Now that's where this part is needed. So that part you would have cut off to make your 6x6 card. We are going to make this thing right here. Okay. So the measurements I took for that, because my card was 13.5 in length, I made this slightly longer, 15 centimeters, so 1.5 centimeters longer. And the reason you'll do this is because you're gonna have the ears at the end. The height at which you choose to make the pocket is based on your own discretion. Mine, I started off with at 6 centimeters, and then I fold in a centimeter, and so it's only 5 centimeters high, but you can make it as wide as you feel. Alright, so I will show you how I made this on this paper. So that's the piece you would have had. I will measure 15 centimeters, trace that down and cut it. Now you want to measure a centimeter or slightly less than a centimeter, up to you. Centimeter on either side, and also a centimeter off of the bottom. I'm going to do that one slightly smaller than a centimeter. Right, and then I will fold in each side.
Like so. And fold in the bottom. Right, so these are my edges. These are the bits that will need to be stuck down to the card in order to give you that pocket.
So we've got this. This will be the inside of the card. This will be what remain on the outside. Remember, this is what I'm making for you. Next, I've made a little, just for a little bit of design effect. You don't have to, you can keep it that way, but I chose to do that. So how I got this bit was to measure the center. To find the center, I know geometry, eh? So 6.5, because it's 13 centimeters. So 6.5, that way. This is the center.
So I got that this side and this side. So what you do is from the corner, go down to that line that you've just made. So hold the next side, from the corner, go down to that line. And you may not get it even for the first time, but that can always be fixed, because you'll see that one's not. But you just trim off the other side and get it even. So this is what we've ended up with.
Now, as you will see, you can see the ears of the fold on the inside. You don't want that. So what I have done is to cut this way and the other one the same way. So that is hidden, will not show. Also, with the bottom, you don't want this to fold over each other. It's just going to be too thick for your card. So what I did was put a slit this way and then one slightly up. So you kind of want to cut a triangle into the corners. Again, I'll show you. Triangle. There we go. Then I've put double stick tape, double stick tape, double stick tape, and I'll also put glue and stick that to my card. Now I've shown you how to make the pocket. I'll move on to the actual pocket that I've made and go up ahead to stick that onto my card. and stick it not too close to the, close enough to the edge but not right on the edge. You want your card to be able to close and stick properly. But because we've got the double stick tape as well, that will hold it down while the glue dries. Right, so what you end up with is a card that's slightly thicker than what you started with. The pink paper obviously makes it thicker. I forgot to say it was 80 GSM, so slightly thicker than your normal everyday paper. Now I wanted to add a bit of something at the front, because as you will see it's a bit bare. And what I got was a little logo. Now all of these, everything I've used for the templates on this logo, on the invitation inside, I've downloaded it on a website. I'll leave the link in the description box below, but I believe it was Pop Sugar, and there's loads of free templates that you can download and print off yourself, which obviously will save you money. So this is one of the templates. I've just added my name and his name and the wedding date at the bottom with a little key. Now obviously this is too thin to just stick that way, so I'll show you how I got this very simple bit. So the first thing I did was to stick the piece of paper onto blue card first. Once that's stuck, what I did was cut it, and you want to leave a little bit of blue edges because you want that to show. That will give your logo a bit of dimension. So that's what you've got. Next you want to stick the blue paper onto pink paper. So you're pretty much layering. So I've got pink and blue. You can obviously use your own colors. And I'll stick it with a bit of pink hanging out. You want it to have pink showing so you can get that layered look. So I'll put a bit of double stick tape. You end up with a card that looks like this. To complete the card, what I've done is I've stuck the actual invitation there with the template I got from Pop Sugar. Stuck the invitation with date, time, names. You'll see the templates. In the pocket, I've put information concerning gifts. I've also put the reception location and time and the RSVP card in the pocket on that side. So this is what the cards looks like, and then you can put your own information on the side. It's very simple, very quick, but a cute little card for your guests to have that you made yourself. Ta-da!